The joys of the Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Soviets create historical anti-Soviet coalition. Welcome to the Cold War. All right. Yep. No, we didn't know where it was going to end. We knew it was. I thought it was going to be close.
I thought this was going to happen if it would have ended
last round.
Yeah. Now, because you had already lost a lot of points, I had to throw my support behind you. Mm-hmm. This was a given because I picked issues that there was no reason for you guys to fight over, and so that I could get.
Nice. So what'd you think of it?
I like it.
Well, okay. You want to elaborate a little?
I mean, not having played it before, it's really hard to get a feel for. I mean, I feel like we had. It would be interesting to go and see what the scores would have been at the end of the 9th conference, for example.
Right.
But I think
basically had the role been different.
Yeah, I think we had a good feel for where it was at, but not knowing exactly. I mean, I didn't know. I was really worried that this was not going to work out because. So points aside, I like how the issues, they changed. There were times when we were working together that was super important for us because we had to keep you back. Mm-hmm. And then later, and especially in this 10th conference, no, it's everyone for themselves. It's like, no, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing.
Right. It definitely, it definitely felt like things shifted gears, right?
Oh, yeah.
To where it was, everyone was playing nice early on, right? And kind of, okay, hey, let's open up the fronts. Let's go ahead and go after them.
And what's weird about that is that even though we made our decisions based on obviously trying to win the game, it felt surprisingly fitting if you look at the timeline for the war, right? How things were progressing. And obviously some of the things are alternate history, but you felt the same kind of issues that were coming up. And
which this is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go, right? I mean, the fact that basically, yeah, we were allies.
Yep.
Sort of.
Yep.
Right?
But still looking out for your own interests.
Right. Well, and you guys, I'm saying the three of us were allies.
Yeah.
But really, it was y'all allied, and then I was kind of helping. And then I got left out in the cold, and then I was like, okay, I got to protect me. I got to work for me, which is, there you go, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, not exactly historic, but
I also,
the end result ended up.
Right. I also really like how the first time it seemed intimidating to sit down and play it. Not because the game mechanism seemed difficult, but it seemed like it was going to be a little bit much to keep everything and juggle the issues and trying to figure out, and especially not knowing the scores. But I feel like, first of all, I mean, all of this flowed super easy.
Yeah, the whole game flowed easy. It's not a hard game mechanically at all.
And it was also a lot of the whole, we obviously cannot let you have that issue or vice versa, right? I like this.
How about you, Jess?
No, I liked it as well. It's interesting how you can influence that. And it was nice seeing what Rander did at the end, where you're just like, okay, throw everything to you. Now you have too many points.
Yeah, when he did that, I was like,
yeah. Which is what I was worried about when we were going in here, and you're all like, "Oh, I'll take Germany," and I was like, "I'm actually worried I'm too far ahead." Mm-hmm. And
which that very well, I think
was,
you were.
And then, though, actually, you know what, I wasn't, because I did count that up, and because we didn't have this, your 8 points, I wouldn't have been. I think I would have been right there, but I wasn't calculating that at the time, as you getting 8 points too. But so I was right on the line. It would be interesting to see how that would have played out. But yeah, there's
and
that
I'm
concern.
Sure somebody will go back and watch and be like, okay, had that roll been different, somebody, there you go. Let us know what the scores would have been in the comments.
Because that's where I was worried about all that happening. I was like, well, if all that happens, maybe if this moves up and I lose that 5 points, but then that ended up hurting me later down the road. But you're trying to manage each situation as it comes out. If I'd gotten that global, That would have helped me. I really wanted that global, and I knew once you took the global, I was like, that's it, because that's 10 points.
That was a 10-point swing.
It was a 10-point
10
swing.
off of you, 10 to you.
Yeah.
So that would have been 46 to 53. That's the difference.
I know.
The
And
global.
As soon as you pulled it, I was like, and you're like, oh, the pull mill, and I was like, no, because that's it.
And
I'm
the
out.
thing is,
I'm done.
I
As soon as
see, and
that
I
was-
didn't see that. I didn't see the.
I
how
knew I
you
needed
guys-
You
the. That's
took
why
this?
3 cards I went on that.
oh, you're gonna give yourself more points? Yeah, I mean, you take this.
helped. It helped.
I did. All I needed to do was come here, take points away from her.
Well,
to just pick.
And
away
on
at.
that note, well, you're talking about with me taking a pull mill. The reason I was worried about, because honest to God, why I was trying to get points is I really thought that you were going to load up here. And I was a little bit blindsided by that. I was caught.
But now
completely
seeing
unaware.
it, you can see where you're like, oh no.
Oh, now I'm like,
He is
well, I'm
control,
an idiot.
and he's
I-
going to
and I
take it and push
felt
it.
Because
Hot
had I
idiot.
gotten to keep it, I mean, I would have then gone for just barely winning, right?
Right.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
because then I would have made sure that, because I got both of those, and I could have made sure that we both got in there for the points, and
Yep.
so.
Yeah. That was is intimidating, I feel like, because it's so different than most any other game that I've played. Okay, Pericles being the exception. Churchill came out first. The fact that the rule book is 35 pages long, 36 if you count the index on the back, it can be a bit intimidating, but I'll be honest, and anybody that plays midweight Euros can handle this game
Oh, absolutely.
mechanically.
At first, I was thinking this was going to be really tricky as
all
far
this,
as
but
what, how the military is going to advance against you,
Right.
the Axis. But it really, really isn't. You can see, you don't have to pay attention anymore once you move past certain areas. You know what's coming up. That's really easy to follow. So it does get, it's really simple.
It really is. It's surprisingly simple, and I say this not as, oh, you guys play super heavy game. No, it's really not that bad, because okay, over here you're going to play a card, and there's going to be a tug of war essentially. Then those things are going to give you the things that you then distribute over here. That's all pretty simple stuff. And then once everything's distributed, then you make decisions on where to place your markers. Okay, then roll some dice. Oh, that happened. Do it again. But the evolution of the gameplay comes into the changing dynamics of the partnerships, which are we all by ourselves, but collectively helping each other here, but very much looking out for ourselves? Or are we you two versus me? Are we two others versus one other? It's fascinating.
And there's not really downtime. Like, there's time between turns, and you're considering what you want to do, but you can negotiate with somebody while that's happening. Say, hey, what are you going to do coming up? We can do this, which we did a little bit. I never felt like, I've had to go to the bathroom for like 2 hours. I never felt like I could get up because I'd missed too much. So, yeah, no, it flows really quickly. It didn't seem like that long either.
Oh, okay. Hold on real quick. And
Yeah, let's go back
Mark
to that.
says, I was calculating the score from
Yes.
Conference 8 on, and it was within a 7-point game most of the time. Too close to call it in a zero-sum scoring system. So literally every single decision we made
Mattered.
altered that.
Yeah, it did. It was going back and forth. Did you see?
I love that Mark was actually calculating.
know.
So thank you for doing that.
And
That's
Christopher
awesome.
said he said you wouldn't have lost had you not taken that atomic espionage action. Actually, you would have come to a tie.
Right, and
when
it
he
would
was
have gone to
counted.
tiebreaker, which you would have
is-
decided, I think, at that point,
Oh,
right? Now I got to look
I
at
just get to
this.
decide the winner.
Yeah, I mean,
No, you can't for the winner.
don't
I know.
think so.
I know
That does
that
not
doesn't
make
happen.
sense. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Wait, you said it was 4-4. So real quick, because now
and
I'm
while
really
you're
curious.
looking that up, I mean, that's the thing. There are so many things that, because I know that you were chasing points here at the end,
Which
but that helped me
I
because that's all I wanted you to go for it, and you were trying to. You wanted to fight for things and stuff, and all of that played into what I was trying to do.
In case of a tie for first, both players subtract the. Wait, no, that's condition 3. After subtracting. Final game victory tiebreaker. So I was here 4 0.44. In case there's a tie for the most victory points after any adjustments, the final game tiebreaker priorities are as follows. First condition to be met breaks the tie. Ignore anything subsequent. If the U.S. is tied for the lead, has the A-bomb, Roosevelt Truman wins. If the Soviets tie for the lead and its Eastern Front tank is the solo occupier of Germany, Stalin wins. So I would have won on the tiebreaker in that case.
You would have.
Otherwise, Churchill wins, even if Churchill was not one of the sides tied for the lead.
He just wins.
Interesting. There you go.
But you would have, so you would have won.
So I would have won if it wouldn't have been, if I hadn't taken that last espionage. Spying doesn't pay, kids. So
Well done.
yeah.
I also like. I mean, so we played, like the 5 conferences was a really good.
Life.
Good. Yeah.
That was because it gives you the everything, and I felt like, obviously the training game is fine if you want to just play and see how it plays.
Right.
Which I mean we did earlier today.
Yep,
We just
yep,
played
exactly,
a bit,
yep.
just to kind of get back into.
Yep.
But otherwise, I mean, this gives you the meat of the game. I really like the.
And I know
tournament,
some
like
folks,
the-
Andy and others, are saying, well, the full 10-game scenario, the CBI track, the UK really doesn't, they have a real hard time getting up that track in the tournament scenario. But that said, if I had a full game day, and I just wanted to play one game, I'd be down for playing a 10-conference game.
Totally.
However, that said, now, full disclosure, have not played the full 10-game or 10-conference scenario. That said, I feel like I got my money's worth in the tournament scenario. Like, I'm not clamoring for that, and I feel satisfied that I got enough of it. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I got everything most of what the game is going to offer me with the 5-game tournament scenario. What do you think?
I enjoyed it for this play at the 5-game, but I would absolutely play it at the 10. I think that would be very interesting to see. But obviously, you should either do the training or the 5, I think, to start.
On. Yeah, for
to
sure.
start and gives you a really good idea because you kind of need that experience, but the 10-game is also on my list of things to do now. That sounds good.
And how about you, Raina?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely play the full 10 conference game. I would imagine that it would be kind of like it was here. The first conference was a little bit of, let's just
See how
do
things
this
are and
stuff. And you have more time to, especially, I mean, once you know the game, I would love to play this several times in any format and then
play the full. Because now you can start planning for late game stuff earlier
and just be like,
where
I'm just doing this.
Oh
There's no harm.
ignore the man behind the curtain.
Yep.
I agree. All right, so there you go. Since the U.S. and U.K. get the same points, the CBI is not a British front, it's a U.S.-U.K. front. That's a fair point.
It is.
And talking about here, because, again, note the flags.
Yes.
So there you go. Cool, thanks. All right, so there you go. That is Churchill. A big thank you to Mark Herman for hanging out and keeping score and doing all that, because without Mark Herman, this game doesn't exist.
That's
so
true.
well done, Mark. Thank you, everybody in the Peanut Gallery that hung out with us on a Sunday night for 5.5 hours. Didn't feel like 5.5 hours at all on my end. Definitely enjoyed it. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Support the show over on pledgehc.com. If you like this and you want to support this, you think it's worthy of your support, we feel you're worthy of helping us. So thank you.
And
we
there's
really
a lot of
appreciate it.
benefits to supporting the show as well.
Yeah, we have the Slack channel. We have teaching notes. We have different swag.
Exclusive Ian O'Toole design t-shirts.
Yes, the patron-only t-shirt,
Yes.
which, and I will say, our t-shirts are the most comfortable shirt
Yes,
you
they
ever
are.
own, or I'll take it back from you. I'll buy it back.
You won't give it back.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
I've had this offer for, 3 years?
Yeah.
0 shirts. Richard.
And game day around the world.
Yes.
We could come to you.
Right, and if you're in China, I really recommend you do that. No, I want to go.
Australia,
Right, exactly.
anywhere. I don't mind.
Right.
The travel's good.
We're going to Kentucky.
Tennessee.
We're going to Tennessee later this year. We went to Sweden and Växjö
Yes, we
last
did.
year for Game Day Around the World. So there you go. All right. Yeah, that was awesome. That was a whole lot. And Mark says if we ever meet, first round's on him. All right, deal.
Nice.
All right. So that was a lot of fun. We'll be back tomorrow for the unboxing for Teotihuacan. the expansion, which, no, it's not up there, it's over there. Anyway,
Yes.
we'll see you all tomorrow at 11. Hopefully you all join us. It should be something that you're not going to want to miss.
Yeah, you need to see it live. So, take a break from work, tell the boss you're feeling a little sick.
It's a 1 hour flu.
Yeah,
There you
1
go.
hour flu.
So thanks, everybody. I'm Edward.
I'm Jess.
I'm Rainer.
All right. Take care, everybody. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Have a good night, y'all.